Thursday. On Friday, we will see Suning taking on JDG. The jungle matchup there will be Kanavi on JDG side taking on Style of Me, one of the breakout stars on the world stage, someone that is on the lips of many League of Legends fans, people talking about SOFM and his great play throughout Worlds, coming in with a lot of hype, and he's certainly lived up to it. Can he continue here with Suning against JDG, Tyler?
This is such a. I think if it goes, I think if Suning doesn't get really big leads in the early game, I have a strong case saying that JD Gaming should win this. If this gets to a 15-20 minute mark and JD Gaming is around a 1K deficit, 2K deficit, and Suning isn't just rolling over them with SFOM, with a huge jungle lead, with taking over the camps of Kanavi, kind of ruling the jungle. If being in the top lane isn't popping off on his hard carry picks, I really don't see a way where Suning wins this. I think JD Gaming overall is the stronger team than the tighter team. I think in terms of cohesion, when it comes to the 5-on-5 team fighting, I think when it comes to mid to late game, they're far superior. I think the opening for Suning is in that early game where that individual style can take over. And it really does boil down to Style of Me and Bin in the top lane really having to take over this series where SOFM, God, his name is so difficult, Arda. His name is so difficult.
I mean, it's 4 letters, Tyler.
I'm from North America. I'm from North America, man. Our education system isn't the best up down here. So just letting you know, going to be 4 letters, a bit difficult from North America, but Style of Me.
It's a little too tough, right?
Style. Oh, God, gotta get to me. Even when they're out of the tournament, you still plug it at me. But no, Style of Me is a player where if you look at his stats, he leads all players when it comes to CS differential at 10 minutes because he just farms. All of his mojo comes down to that early domination of farm, where if he can get that 20, 30 CS lead in the jungle in the first 10 minutes, he is off to the races, and his team can really rally around him. And you have been in the top lane, usually on these hard-carrying top laners like the Jax, the Jace, even the Renekton to an extent, and they want to carry all the top lane, the jungle. And it's a lot about individuality with Suning, where for JD Gaming, they're all about the team fight. They're all about the 5-on-5. They're all about taking small losses and turning them into big victories, where they're not always going to dominate you in lane. And we saw that a few times in the group stage where they got beat down in the early game, but they came back through smart team fighting and just getting together in the mid game and having the right decisions to kind of help them through their lackadaisical play sometimes in that laning phase, where you don't see Yagao as like this hard carry mid laner. Loken and Lumao, they're good at picking the Ashe, picking the Caitlyn, doing fast pushes to get dragon control for Kanavi. But a lot of the good things that happen with JD Gaming come after that 10 to 15 minute mark, where they are scaling up and they're ready to make some plays on the map, where Zoom can teleport, can make some big plays. So I think for Suning, their win condition is winning early. If they can get those early level 1 advantages, if they can get Style of Me into those positions where he can really just take over the jungle, get those 10, 20, 30 CS leads over Kanavi. And if Bin especially can have a big series against Zoom, who I think is the best top laner in the tournament still, but I think Bin showed in the group stage he is a game changer. He's an X factor. Sometimes he might fail. Sometimes his hard, aggressive picks might flop. But when they work out, when he can get that early advantage in the top lane, he can reliably carry. And don't ask G2 about him, because his barrel sent G2 the second seed in the group. So Bin and Style of Me are the key players if they want to pull off the upset. I still think JD Gaming, in my opinion, are the heavy favorites. I still think JD Gaming, for me, is one of my finalists to make it to the Pudong Stadium on October 31st, but this is a lot closer than I thought coming into the tournament. If this was pre-tournament, I would say Suning gets blown out. I would say that JD Gaming is far too strong, but after seeing what kind of level Style of Me and Bin are at, I really do like their top side, and I really do think they could find some advantages in the early game that they could propel them to thrashing victories, because I really do think individually Suning is no far worse than JD Gaming. It's very close. They might even be better individually than JD Gaming. I just think JD Gaming as an overall team, as a unit, is better than Suning.
Suning impressed in the group stage. Of course, they had the tiebreaker against G2 and defeated them, going as a 1 seed out of Group A. And now they find themselves against JD Gaming. That game is on Friday.